It's been a little while here on the channel where I've done a Steelbook update video. Now that we're in 2024, today is April 25th as I'm recording this video. Not too sure when you guys will see this, but I think it's about time we do a physical media update. So let's get to it. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel and thank you so much for taking your own time out to check out this video. Whether you're new or returning, I really appreciate you taking the time to do so. My name is Mike, and today, as a physical media collector, someone who hasn't been collecting as long as a lot of other people on YouTube have far bigger collections, which I always admire, I want to show you kind of what a beginner's Steelbook collection looks like, and for someone who's been collecting for maybe about a year, possibly tops, maybe a little bit less than that, maybe slightly bit more, I'm not really too sure. Now I have got a huge stack of Steelbooks right up here. I've got, I think I counted 52 in total, which pretty much takes up all that shelf you guys can see right there. But I'm going to start with the Steelbooks that's behind me and show you these box set ones, as it'll be a little bit easier. So first one is, as you guys can see here, it is Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. Yes, this is still sealed at the moment. That is the Steelbook, just so you guys can see. I do plan on rewatching this one at some point, as I really like this movie. I just haven't had the desire or time to do so at the moment, so I didn't want to open it unless I do an unboxing. And I also got limited number 2484 out of 3000. So yes, Enter the Dragon. Then if we go along here onto the shelf, we've got the Dark Knight trilogy in these Ultimate Collector's sets. So I will take the Steelbook out for you guys. I did do full unboxings of these on the channel if you're interested. So I got Batman Begins, the best Batman movie ever made personally for me. Absolutely love that Steelbook and set and movie for that matter. Truly is incredible. Then we've got, which is a lot of people's favourite Batman movie, The Dark Knight. Of course, Heath Ledger's great performance as the Joker. Really like that Steelbook as well. Really great movie. I mean, I love all these movies. Yes, I know the third one gets a little bit more hate than it deserves. But I can also kind of understand to an extent. Then, of course, I'm talking about The Dark Knight Rises. So to show you this Steelbook very quickly, and that will be the end of these three. Beautiful image on the front, and then a bit plain in the background, which I wish they put a little bit more detail into that, but nonetheless, that is the Dark Knight trilogy set as well. Now if I move along, one of that is Matt Reeves' The Batman, which is brilliant movie. I think I did an unboxing for this as well on the channel, but I'll again show you this Steelbook off here. And then the back, very basic, but it's very simple design. Definitely plan to rewatch this one soon, along with the Dark Knight trilogy. So that completes this row of Steelbooks. But then we do have one row underneath. And on the row underneath, we have got the collector's edition of Universal Power of Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Z Super. Yeah, sorry about the reflection there on the light. Yeah. That is like a full series as well. This thing is heavy, really solid box as well, like steel box I believe this is. So yes, I also have this. Then if we take it up to one shelf above, we're going to start with one of my favourite anime movies, Weathering with You, which is one of my Steelbooks ever. There's this beautiful sky imagery. Absolutely love that Steelbook. One of my favourite collector's editions of all time. You get so much in there as well. That's Weathering with You. And then of course if we go slightly along, we've got the rest of Makoto Shinkai movies on Steelbook, including my favourite anime movie ever, Your Name. Beautiful Steelbook there. I do have the collector's edition, but that is not a Steelbook. We've got Suzume, Absolutely glorious steelbook. One of my favourites from the Makoto Shinkai range. Then we've got The Garden of Words. Absolutely love this movie. Really, really great. And that steelbook is beautiful. We've also got Children Who Chase Lost Voices, which again is a nice steelbook. Sorry for the glare, guys. What's glies? 5 centimeters per second as well. So I really like those, but one thing I really like is the colour of the spines as well. Really, really awesome stuff. Okay, so now that we've finished the shelves behind me and all those steelbooks, let me show you the mountain pile that is literally, you guys can't even see. So I'm lifting it up off here off screen. The first one is An American Werewolf in London. The Arrow release that I recently required in the physical media pickups. That is the front. And that is the back. Glorious blue and red tones clashing in that steelbook and the Arrow version. Really love this movie. Wanted to get it for a while. And I wanted to try get the 4K version, but couldn't get it for cheap enough, and I missed it on original, kind of pre-order and release. So yes, that is American Werewolf in London. Then next up we have got Avengers Infinity War. So I'll try to keep these mostly alphabetical. You probably will see a little bit of inconsistency here. I think this is Blu-ray 3D, if I'm not mistaken, in this nice little steelbook protector. Still haven't rewatched that, but I definitely plan to at some point, and at least I've got it on steelbook. Then we've got the Mondo steelbook of Avengers Assemble. I think this is a truly terrific steelbook with the Iron Man on the back. Yeah, really love that. Then we've got Avengers Endgame on 4K steelbook. Yeah, I think that is also a very simplistic design for a steelbook, but it's also really nice. The only one I'm missing is Age of Ultron, which I hope to pick up at some point. It just depends on the price as well. And then still sealed, which I do need to really open and watch, is the Back to the Future trilogy on 4K steelbook. But if you guys are wondering, well, Mike, what does this look like? Well, on the back, you guys can see right there. It's pretty much the DeLorean of all the 3 time periods. That's what they look like. So I will do an unboxing of this at some point. But if anyone knows me, my favourite movie, Back to the Future. Then, of course, we've got the Japanese version of Back to the Future, which I got from HMV, which is still sealed and probably will remain that way. I usually go back to the first movie the most, but I don't really want to open this one when I've got like the trilogy box set. I've got the like normal box set in the plutonium case edition, you guys can see like just there. So probably going to keep that sealed, but I have got it anyway. One that I recently required in a recent physical media pickups video, Big Hero 6. Really love this Disney movie. One of the best Disney movies they've made in a while, and absolutely can't wait to check that one out again. Then we've got a one that I just picked up today as of this video in my Disney Pixar series, where I'm trying to collect all the Blu-rays from the Disney Pixar range, and that is for Brave. I have never seen this movie. Yes, kind of this like Lenticular, I think it's called. Lenticular, sorry, yeah, that's the one. It is 3D Blu-ray, but it does also include the normal one as well. Otherwise I wouldn't have bought it, because obviously I don't have a 3D player, and that is the back. I've never seen this movie as of this video, but I got this at a pretty good price, and again adding it to the collection. Next up is a one that I recently added to the collection, again going into the Disney Pixar line, and that is for Cars 3, which is quite a simplistic design of a steelbook, but I still like it. The movie itself, it's okay. It's okay, but I still want to complete it for the collection, so yes, we have Cars 3. Then, next up, we have got a movie I recently watched and did a live stream on Anthony Perez's channel. You can go check out that. And that is for Captain America Civil War, the Mondo Steelbook version, which is an absolutely stunning steelbook, I must add. It is absolutely beautiful. I've got the J card in the back. I'm not going to take that off. But yeah, really, really love that. Then we've got a movie that some say is arguably the best in that trilogy, The Winter Soldier. Yeah, I did originally have the Civil War in this cover, but it was as part of a giveaway, and I don't really mind, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, that steelbook is beautiful, don't get me wrong, I really love the colours on that as well. But yes, that is Winter Soldier. Absolutely love Winter Soldier. But my favourite Captain America movie, which is probably a hot take for a lot of people, is the first Avenger. Really love this movie, you guys. I'll argue on this movie all day long. Of course, beautiful, beautiful steelbook as well, right there. So yes, definitely look forward to checking that one out again at some point. Then the next one, yeah, it's got a little bit askew with the alphabetical order, as I mentioned, is The Butterfly Effect. Always remember enjoying this movie. Haven't seen it in a while, so I definitely want to give it a revisit. And it is a really nice steelbook, which I saw in CEX, and I was surprised to have seen it, to be honest. So yes, I picked it up. Definitely want to give it a rewatch. And then we've got a movie that a lot of people didn't tend to like, but I actually really do. It's not as good as District 9, but I'm talking about Chappie. Yeah, that's right. Really nice red steelbook as well. Really, really cool. Red, my favourite colour. I think is it red? Yeah, like red orangey, kind of dusk kind of colour, but still really like that. So yeah, I'm really a big fan of Chappie. Then we got a steelbook that I was given as a gift from my friend Ryan Swales. Shout out to Ryan. And that is for Collateral, which I watched for the first time recently. Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. Not perfect. I wouldn't say it's a stellar movie as everyone gives it, but I think I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5. I still really enjoyed it nonetheless. Yeah, Tom Cruise is fantastic, and I wish we had him in more villain roles. So Tom Cruise, if you're watching, do another villain role. It's long overdue. And then we've got one of my favourite movies from 2021, one that I've seen 3 times and I definitely want to rewatch, and that is, of course, starring the babe that is Emma Stone, and that is Cruella. Definitely excited for the sequel of this. Also kind of nervous and curious, but the first one's awesome, so I have no doubt they won't do a great job. Yeah, beautiful Disney 4K steelbook I'm lucky to have, so that is Cruella. Then next up is a one I still have sealed, but I did get at like a sale price, so I can't complain. I think, yeah, it's 4K as well. And speaking of like a recent trailer release, Deadpool and Wolverine, we're talking about Deadpool 2. I remember liking this movie, not loving it, but it's been a long time since I've revisited it. So of course, before Deadpool and Wolverine, I want to go back and rewatch Deadpool 2 and the first Deadpool for that matter. So yeah, really cool to have that. The lenticular slip as well, and like this 3D kind of design as well. So yeah, that is Deadpool 2. Then we just spoke about Chappie. We need to talk about District 9. Yeah, this is a beautiful looking steelbook. I really, really like this, and I'm glad that I picked this up and got this. Whenever I really like a movie, I always try to get the steelbook or like the best version of it possible. But if it's stupid price, then I'll just settle for like a normal Blu-ray or like a normal 4K. But if I can get like the steelbook and at a cheap price, I will absolutely pick it up. And District 9 was one of those. Great movie. Recommended if you haven't seen it. I may be going over these movies quite quick, guys. Well, I've got quite a lot to show, and I don't want to make this like a 50-minute video. Nothing like that. Next up is my personal favourite entry in the Evil Dead franchise. I think it's some other people's, but mainly not a lot. And that is the 2013 version of Evil Dead. Yes, I love this movie. Absolutely my favourite. And that steelbook is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So yes, that is Evil Dead. Then next up we have got a movie that got a 4K release not too long ago really. I really like this movie, definitely want to revisit it, and that is The Exorcist with the blue art. I really love this blue art cover personally. I think it looks gorgeous, and it's definitely a little bit different as well. So yes, that is The Exorcist, and you guys can see a bit of my lights that I've got up. It is pitch dark outside right now, guys, otherwise I wouldn't have the lights on as much, but yeah, either way, The Exorcist. Then the movie that is a very fun Michael J. Fox movie, which was released at the wrong time initially, but it's still very cool, and that is The Frighteners. Yeah, really like this movie, very goofy, but very cool steelbook as well. Love the greens on that. definitely recommend The Frighteners if you've not seen it. I think you would have a blast with the movie. Yeah, then this one I've still had this in the collection. So some of these are new, some of them aren't, guys. So you might have seen these in my past Steelbook collection video. This next one is The Hard Way, Michael J. Fox and James Woods. Really good kind of buddy cop action movie. Definitely recommend it if you haven't checked it out. And it's the Japanese version as well. Then what have we got? Yeah, this one, I think I've done a physical media update on this one already. But yeah, one of my favourite Nolan movies besides the Dark Knight trilogy, and that is Inception. Yeah, I really love Inception. I know a lot of people are saying like his magnum opus is basically Oppenheimer. Yeah, not for me. Not for me. To be Dark Knight trilogy personally. But I really love Inception. Really, really do. Fantastic movie. Then we've got one of my favourite Disney live action remakes besides Cruella. This one's on par with Cruella, if not maybe Cruella's the top one for me, but this one's like a very close second. Kind of juggle between the two, and that is for The Jungle Book. Amazing movie. Amazing remake. And that's how you do it if you're going to do a remake, retelling, whatever you want to call it. But yes, The Jungle Book, I believe 2016 if I'm not mistaken. I wouldn't know unless I checked the actual specs, but I think it was around that time. Okay, we've got quite a few more to go. This next one is a movie that is getting a sequel this year as I'm recording this video, and that is Joker. Yeah, I really like this Steelbook. I really love the fact that like the car's on fire behind him and it just illuminates like the shadow of his figure. I think that's a really cool detail. Now, of course, we've got him dancing on the steps, which are now famous, you know. So, yeah, that is the Joker. Next up is a Disney Pixar movie added to the collection, but also I really like this one, and a lot of people didn't upon release, but I think it got a bit harshly critiqued, and I'm talking about Lightyear. Yeah, I actually quite liked Lightyear, believe it or not. The Steelbook isn't exactly the greatest, but I'm glad I got one, glad I could add it into the collection, and I do like the movie. I do. Okay, this next one is, I showed this to my partner a few months ago, and she really enjoyed it. She'd never seen it before, and I'd want to revisit it, and I'm really glad I did. And that is the movie Parasite. Yeah, really, really like this movie. I think this is great movie, and I think you need to experience it if you haven't already. Yeah, and the Steelbook's also really nice. Might look a little bit marked, but I'm being honest with you guys, it's not as such. It's just because of maybe the protector is a little bit marked. I always try to keep my Steelbooks in the best physical condition that I can. Not for selling purposes or anything like that, but I just like to take care of stuff that I'm really proud of. So, yeah, that is Parasite. Then the next one up is, I want to give this one a rewatch. It is the Japanese art, and that is for Ready Player One. That is a really nice, really wacky artwork. It's a really out there artwork, but it's part of the Warner Brothers 100 celebration. Got the J card in the back. I haven't took that off. Probably not going to, I'll be honest. But yes, Ready Player One. Okay, then the next one is a movie that got a lot of hate, and also I don't think is respected as much as it should, especially as the Saw movies went tail off right towards the end of the journey before the Saw X. And this was a spin-off, but I think it maybe came out at the wrong time. But anyway, it was one that took the franchise back to its roots, and that is Spiral from the Book of Saw. Absolutely beautiful Steelbook, and I love that the protective case is very designed, to have the whirl pattern. I think that's really awesome, and the Steelbook's really good. I really enjoy this movie. Really, really do. I think it's harshly judged. But of course, speak about the Saw franchise. You can't have Saw franchise without Saw, right? So yes, this is for the first movie. Really nice Steelbook. Really love the Steelbook for that matter. I think it's great. A very simplistic horror movie, but it's also very thrilling as well. So that is Saw. And this next one is part of a series. I've got three. I've got three or four. I've got three 3 of the movies in the series, starting with a movie that is getting a 25th anniversary release next week as I'm recording this video, which I'm going to see in cinema, and that is The Phantom Menace. Yeah, I've always enjoyed this movie. This was my introduction to Star Wars. Really nice steelbook as well, and I can't wait to see this on the big screen again 25 years later. Crazy. As I mentioned, the next one I've got in the Star Wars series, and I try to pick up these 4K steelbooks when I can get them at a good price. If they're too expensive, I leave them, but I'm trying to get them at a good price to get them all 9 of them, even if some of them isn't the best. Rise of Skywalker, for example. But this one is The Force Awakens, which was the first one in the new kind of reboot trilogy, like follow-on sequel trilogy. I really like The Force Awakens. Yes, it's still sealed. Yes, I want to give it a rewatch. I actually really like this one. Is it perfect? No, but that front cover art is beautiful. Don't know what the back looks like because I've got a J card. Never opened it, but I will at some point. And then this one is an entry also in that trilogy. This one gets a lot of hate. Part of it I can understand, but I still think it got way too hated on, and it doesn't deserve it. And I'm talking about, of course, The Last Jedi. Yes, it kind of undermines The Force Awakens a little bit, and it doesn't really follow on so much, and it tries to do its own thing, which was definitely a big missed opportunity. But I still like the movie and probably plan on reviewing it at some point. So yes, that is The Last Jedi. So that wraps up my Star Wars steelbooks that I have in my collection. And then we've got 6 more, and that is the entire collection done. The next one is Super 8. I remember enjoying this movie. I've not seen this in a little while, and I've got the 10th anniversary 4K edition. So I'm definitely excited to check this one out. Got it at a really good price. Still sealed. Haven't watched it yet, but I have seen the movie before. Yes, so that is Super 8. Then this next one, I know for Love of Horror Manchester, they're doing a reunion, pretty much the entire cast this year, which I'm going to. Definitely going to meet Keith David, and of course I'm talking about The Thing. And this is a Zavvi exclusive I got for like a really good discounted price, which I don't think CEX at the time realised how much this is worth, which of course is not printed anymore. And yes, I'm talking about The Thing. Beautiful steelbook. I really love the red and the black contrasts. Absolutely phenomenal. Then this next one is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, and that is Thor Ragnarok. My favourite entry into the Thor series overall. Definitely the best one, definitely the most funniest, and just great action, and such a beautiful steelbook as well, I will add. So that is Thor Ragnarok. Then the last 3 movies. This next one is my favourite animation film of all time. It comes from Disney Pixar, and of course I'm talking about Toy Story, the Mondo Steelbook version. Really glad to have this steelbook off it, and the Blu-ray transfer is incredible. It looks great. That is the back, which is a bit simplistic, but don't mind too much. It's my favourite movie. So yeah, that's Toy Story. Then the last 2 I have, completely different genres of movie. Another animation movie I've not seen, but again, part of the Disney Pixar range, and that is Turning Red. Definitely want to check this out. Definitely heard a lot of mixed things about it, but I'm still intrigued to see it and see where I lie on the fence with this one. Again, it is unopened. Got this at a bargain price, so that is Turning Red. And we've made it to the end of the steelbooks, where there's last one to show you guys. Is a horror movie that I enjoyed. I've only seen once. Definitely want to check it out again. Got it for a really good price before it went astronomically high price on the internet, and that is You're Next. That's right. Really enjoy this movie from what I remember. Definitely want to check it out again. And that leads us to the end of the steelbook collection. Have you guys owned any of these steelbooks that I've showcased in this video? If you do, let me know in the comment section. Let me know which ones. If there's any that you would really love, let me know Also, thanks for tuning into this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you already have, and a big thanks to all my awesome patrons who help to really support the channel. Really does mean a lot. Always appreciate the support, and you can join today by clicking the link down below in the description box. Memberships are only £2 per month. In the meantime, check out these videos right here and have a bit more of a deep dive into the channel. But until next time, I'll see you guys. I'll be Zian. See you later.